Aliens Colonial Marines by Gearbox Software and some friends.
And, yes, oh dear.
Yeah, pretty much oh dear. I mean, I'm a bit of an Aliens fan, so I was really looking forward to this game, and I have to say, I have nothing but disappointment from playing it and completing it, which is a real shame because that license really needed something special behind it, and Gearbox, you'd really think would be the developer to sort of deliver that, but apparently not.
Yeah, I mean, the danger sign, I think, was when Sega went extraordinarily quiet leading up to release. That's never a good sign.
For about 2 years.
But also this, because it's a Gearbox game.
It's a Gearbox game presents, as this after this little credit here will tell you. And obviously 20th Century Fox, obviously.
Obviously. They did all the interior design, the trees on level 3.
So here you go, yeah, this is the one indication that really that this has been outsourced to quite a few different developers. And there they all are.
Who even is Demiurge Studios?
No idea.
Who's Nerve Software?
We know who Timegate are, and that's about it.
We know who Gearbox are.
And Gearbox.
But I'm worried about.
So this is your favourite bit in the entire game, right?
Yes, it really is, and for 2 reasons. 1, it's hilarious, and 2, it just really goes to highlight why Aliens Colonial Marines, what it gets wrong about doing Aliens. And I really need to say any more.
Maybe that's what they said in the future when fighting aliens.
It's this whole sort of Vietnam movie in space thing, which was an element of James Cameron's Aliens film, and it was something that was meant to give viewers sort of a base and a touchstone and sort of like a pop culture thing that everyone can relate to. It wasn't meant to be quite so overt, and it was just kind of meant to be there in the background.
I like that you're being intellectual about the fact that a guy's just said, listen up, chicks and dicks.
It's the only way I can deal with it.
So this game doesn't look great, does it? I mean, visually, it looks pretty pants.
No, we're playing this on an Xbox 360, and compared to some of the footage that say that's been sort of bandied about, you can definitely see like a lower resolution in textures, detail. I mean, screen tearing is particularly bad, and just generally, if you compare it to something like Gearbox has done, like say something like Borderlands 2, it just doesn't live up anywhere near to the quality.
Do you know what the characters look like in this? They look like Duke Nukem Forever characters. You know, that same kind of plasticky.
Yeah, it reminds me of like what's the Gen 1 Xbox game?
Wait! What? Oh, you missed that. Her in the background, her there. She just kind of her AI routine went all weird, even though it was just a cutscene.
Well, they have that wonderful thing where they jump between animations, or when a cutscene stops and the gameplay animations start to take over, they do that little jump.
Brilliant. Wait, what's she doing?
She's just been told that she has a xenomorph inside her, and so she's throwing up.
So she's just going, there.
Well, this day went bad.
Now, shortwaves don't work for shit down here. Look, we need to find a way.
So welcome to Hadley's Hope. This is one of the main reasons why Aliens Colonial Marines was meant to be a really exciting proposition for gamers. You know, that chance to go back into the sets and the areas of the film and get to relive some of those moments. And as you can see, you've got the motion tracker thing here. Problem is, there's no real tension in this game. You look at it in snippets and you can kind of see, yeah, the motion tracker's moving, you've got all those familiar sounds, but as a gameplay mechanic and actually putting you in those situations, it does a really terrible job of doing that, and it's not frightening. The xenomorphs aren't a terrifying enemy to fight, and it all just kind of...
Wait, does the motion tracker switch off when you put it down?
Yeah, but occasionally it will beep if there's something nearby, kind of, to let you know that there's something nearby, but I found myself just not using it because it didn't really give me any tactical advantage during combat, and it kind of just got in the way.
Yeah, I mean, I had a quick go at it, and the main thing was it was incredibly easy. I think it was like put on the hardest difficulty, and it was still really easy. So
yeah, I couldn't quite believe that. I played it, and actually this footage is taken from the second hardest difficulty, the hardened, I think it's called, and there's very little chance of you ever getting overwhelmed. The AI is particularly...
What is with the AI in this game?
And it's particularly interesting on the enemies because they will just run at you. And aliens I suppose, are a bit like that.
Yeah, aliens are stupid.
But when you're fighting humans that do the same, it's a bit silly. And that was another thing. Yeah, you get to fight humans. What's that about?
Alright, let's see some humans in action. So here we go then, humans. This is what you wanted from Aliens Colonial Marines.
Yeah, and this actually arrived surprisingly quickly into the campaign. Basically what happens is you have the the two ships, and on one of them is the Weyland-Yutani mercenaries, and that's who these guys are.
Oh god, they drop pickups as well.
Oh yeah, it's very old school. And
Oh
they
my
literally
God.
fall out of their bodies.
Well done.
It's good for me there, but it kind of highlights just what's so bad about fighting these guys. As you can see, that he was right behind the box,
Yeah.
and this game forces you when you fight humans to get into cover, but they seem to be able to shoot through cover, which you can't. It's kind of glitchy. It's a little bit messy, and it's not fun.
I mean, this is just weird. For
It is
these
weird.
Colonial Marines, you to be fighting humans.
Yeah, they're actually more of a challenge to fight than the aliens. Obviously, the aliens don't have
Of course they are.
don't have ranged weapons, so their only tactic is to rush you or get behind you. Whereas the humans here can they can use cover, they can throw grenades occasionally, but
I mean, how much of the game is you fighting humans versus you fighting aliens?
it's almost, I would say it's about 40%. There's a good chunk.
40% more humans.
40% humans, and there's I would say in the later levels there are moments when you get to fight humans who are fighting aliens, and it's a bit of a mess. But those two AIs working together just don't do anything, and it's not. You can run past them. It's not fun.
Laying low in a storage room off of Cargo Bay 3.
Okay, so the power loader. What's it like? Well, that's not the power loader. There we go. That's the power loader.
This is one of the early bits where you jump into a power loader and you get to open a door with it and hold it open.
Cool.
Which
That's
I've
exciting.
always wanted to do.
Yeah.
But I think this is one of the other things about Colonial Marines is the fact that it's giving you all these opportunities to play around with those brilliant aliens, iconic things like the power loader, the flamethrower, the motion tracker. But it just kind of really sort of misses the chance to make those satisfying gameplay experiences. You do end up fighting a rather large xenomorph in this thing. It isn't the Queen, and throughout the game I was expecting...
Because they put new ones in, right? Like they called it
the
the Crusher, the one with the big head.
They put new aliens in. They don't do anything, and they also irritate me because they kind of ruin the whole alien life cycle mythology that's been set up in the films.
Yeah.
They don't take that into account, really. And yeah, it just feels like there's been a bunch of levels in this game that have been just taken out wholesale. There's a Queen fight, but you don't get to shoot her, and you don't get to fight her in a power loader. And for a game that's sort of tying into this whole being in this movie, or just extending this movie, it seems like a huge omission.
But that power loader bit,
Yeah.
I mean, all you did was like walk
I opened
5
the door.
feet and open a door. Is that all you do in the power loader?
In this particular bit, there is another bit where you jump into it, but that's...
But are they all like really short sections?
Yeah, they're limited.
So it's just kind of gimmicky.
Yeah, well, this is the thing. It's it has the facade of giving you that aliens experience, but it doesn't really give you any depth, and it's not really that fun.
Why are you fighting stormtroopers in this bit?
Yeah, this is more mercenary combat. There are usually other bits where you get to fight with the aliens as they're attacking these mercenaries, but yeah, you get moments like that.
Why are you fighting stormtroopers?
I don't know. And this is the other thing as well. It's like you do level up your weapons as you progress, and you can change them. But I decided to take all my leveled up additions off my gun because it completely removed what the gun looked like and sounded like, and was
I mean,
thereby...
you're cutting that door open despite the fact everyone in the world is shooting.
Yeah,
you.
don't worry, I cut it here, it's fine. And... I could have done that better. There you go!
Seamless, well done.
I know.
Be advised, Marines, that bitch is the...
So this is actually quite later on into the game, and you can see fighting xenomorphs pretty easy.
How long is the game, by the way?
It took me about 6 hours on hardened.
Okay.
And that's the one down from the hardest difficulty level. And this is obviously the space jockey in the Derelict, which is obviously very famous for being an alien, and obviously now in Prometheus.
Ah, yeah.
And there is a line later on where they've obviously tried to shoehorn in some Prometheus references because one of the characters goes, "Oh my god," and then someone else responds, goes, "That's not your god."
Lynch, that's not a spoiler for people playing it, is it?
Well, the space jockey.
Yeah.
No, it's been in the promotional footage.
Oh, okay, good. People, don't get mad at us if you're watching this.
Hey,
on YouTube.
it's one planet. It's not that big, you know. Where else can they go?
You gave this 5, is that correct?
This is getting a 5 out of 10 because, and I don't want to be. Well, I have been quite harsh.
Yeah.
But it's the combat itself is passable. It's not terrible, as you can see. It's just not what it should be, and it's not what it could have been.
Well, so it's kind of measuring expectation versus how good the game is.
Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. And if you just look at the general level of quality of visuals, the story, what it's trying to do, it's doing nothing that we haven't seen before, and it's a wasted opportunity, if anything else.
Yeah. So would you say this is more the gearbox that made Borderlands 2, or the gearbox that released Duke Nukem Forever?
Well, seeing as they didn't have much to do with Duke Nukem Forever, this is probably more those guys. It's just a very, very, very sad shame.